Okay, in this question, we've got 3 conditions to meet, okay? We have to get all these 3 conditions before we shade anything in, okay? So it says the distance from AD is greater than the distance from DC. And don't forget, AD is that line there, DC is that line there. So when they're comparing 2 lines, you first of all need to draw the locus of where it's the same distance to AD as it is to DC. So basically you need to draw that line there, the bisector, okay, the angle bisector. You're going to use that approach to get that line there. So I get my compass and I put my pin on D, I open up the compass a certain amount and I draw then an arc, okay. Okay, I've made this rather large, this arc, it doesn't matter though, right, it's still going to work for me. I then get keep the gap as it is, put my pin now there, okay, and I then draw an arc over here. I then get my pin, put it on there where the arc meets the line, and I draw an arc and I do cross there. Now to get my angle bisector, I go from D and then where they intersect, I'm going to draw a line through it. Okay. So effectively now I've done the first bullet point. Now it says the distance from AT is greater than the distance from DC. Okay. You have to be careful with the wording here, but basically where we're going to shade, the region we're going to shade, it has to be greater. The distance has to be greater from AD than it is from DC. In other words, we're going to be closer, aren't we? We're going to be closer to DC. That's what that means, because the distance from AD is going to be greater. So we're going to be closer to DC. We need to be this side of the line. Okay. The distance from D is less than the distance from C. Okay. Distance from D is less than the distance from C. So we've done the first bullet point. We're on the second one now. We're comparing 2 points. The distance from D is less than the distance from C. We need now the perpendicular bisector. So you go from C, you open up your compass, it's more than halfway, you draw an arc over here, an arc down there, put your pin then on D, draw an arc here, where they cross then you draw your perpendicular bisector. Now it says the distance from D is less than the distance from C. So we've got to decide what side of the line we're going to be. Distance from D is less. So we're actually closer to D. So we're this side of the line. Okay, so we've done that bullet point. And then it says the distance from A is less than 7 centimeters. So again, you get your ruler, measure out to be 7 centimeters. From A then. Now I don't have to draw a full circle because I'm only interested inside this rectangle. Okay. Now it's got to be less than 7 centimeters, so I've got to be inside that circle. So you can see lots of things going on here, but if you notice that line there, I've got to be this side of it. I've got to be inside the circle, so I'm this side, inside the circle, and also I've got to be this side of my line here. So the 3 conditions mean that I'm going to shade this here, this sort of segment. I'm obviously not going to shade this bit here because I need to be to the left of that perpendicular bisector.